Leading people who do jobs you don't know how to do? Huh, interesting skill set to think about.
The landscape of business is changing radically, yet leadership is being taught the same old way it's always been taught. When the world is changing, it's time to bring our leadership styles along for the ride. Thanks to cutting edge neuroscience, we now have access to new tools and new language that inspires action, collaboration, and innovation in the modern workplace. I started this podcast to bring you the best of these cutting edge tools, exercises, best practices, and modern leadership strategies every single week. Whether you're a company leader, a corporate visionary, or an entrepreneur, this show gives you new insights into the neuroscience and language of leadership, as well as practical steps and tips you can take back to the office so you can lead your team in a powerful way, keeping your people happy and engaged while achieving your biggest goals. Because no one has ever changed the world by doing things the way they've always been done. I'm your host, Jen Thornton. I'm a talent strategist, an executive coach, speaker, and the founder of 304 Coaching. Now let's fix leadership.
In today's world, the traditional executive skill set we were taught is just not covering all the bases. It's just not cutting it. With the rapidly evolving business landscape where innovation and adaptability are paramount, high level executives are faced with a unique challenge. They are leading teams of individuals doing jobs they don't know how to do. And there was a time the best person doing a job was always promoted to the boss of others doing that same job. The leader could train people, get into the details, make sure everything was perfect, and they knew all the answers. The conventional wisdom that a leader must possess a mastery in the fields they oversee is gradually giving away. The world's just moving too fast. If you're a master of something today and then you move into a leader position over that same item, within 6 months, I bet you're no longer a master at it. Technologies and trends are just moving too fast. And for all of you saying to yourself, well, it's just impossible to lead people doing jobs you don't know how to do. Think about a CEO's job. They are leading people every day that do jobs they don't know how to do. Now, you may not be a CEO today, but you can still embrace the idea of effectively leading teams of people doing jobs you can't do. And I have a feeling, even if you know how to do all the jobs for the people on your team, if you elevate your leadership style, big things will happen. So, how do you lead teams of people doing things you don't know how to do? Well, first, you better get curious. When we know how to do the jobs of the people on our team, we often ask questions we know the answer to. And we like these questions because unconsciously, let's be honest, we like when we're right and we like when we know it all. But in this new world of leading people doing things you don't understand, you have to get really good at asking questions you don't know the answer to. Here's some examples. Tell me how you came to this ROI. What are the facts behind it? When working towards this recommendation, what ideas did you throw out? If we don't move forward with this plan, what are the consequences? How does this compare to what the best in class is doing? How does this recommendation impact the enterprise? When using these questions, you can quickly learn about the thought process and the work that went into any project or any recommendation. And this helps you give feedback and it helps you make decisions.
Let's take a quick break from the conversation. Does your company need to prepare those upcoming leaders to take the reins? To learn more about our leadership academies and our coaching, and to see if your company is a good fit for our transformation programs, visit 304coaching.com.
The other foundational skill you'll need to develop is the ability to synthesize information. When you look at a situation as a single event, you might not understand its impact on the bigger picture. You have to be a student of the enterprise, understanding how all the things link together so that you can help your team link into it. If you want to learn more about the skill set of synthesizing information, don't you worry, I got you. There's a full episode just on this topic. Go back, find it, check it out. The next thing, we need you to get comfortable with risk. Leaders who have to know every little detail and have a full understanding of everything can really slow a team down. To lead a high performing team doing diverse work, you've got to get comfortable making decisions that have an element of risk associated with it. As a leader, you have to understand all decisions have an element of risk because every decision we are making, no matter how many details we have, it's just the best decision we can make at that time. No one has a crystal ball. No decision is foolproof. When we can get comfortable with this fact, we get comfortable with risk. The other thing, be present. The days of half paying attention in a meeting, yeah, that doesn't work when you lack the knowledge to fill in the details. You have to be present to understand the needs of the organization, to be able to synthesize information, to ask the good questions, and to lead teams doing work you don't know how to do. Be willing to have someone change your mind. Too often, as executives, we think we know all of the answers. When we tell someone, I don't see it, but change my mind, we open ourselves up to learning from our team. We also signal to others that a diverse room of thought is expected and is wanted. And finally, if you want to help us all fix leadership, get comfortable leading people who know more than you do. Leading people who perform jobs you cannot do demands a shift from being the expert in a specific field to being a versatile leader capable of harnessing diverse talents, fostering collaboration, and empowering team members. By embracing this evolution and learning to lead beyond your own expertise, you can steer organizations toward greater innovation, adaptability, and success in the modern business landscape. And who doesn't want that?
Thanks for listening to Let's Fix Leadership. By hanging out with me today, you're already on your path. If you're looking to learn more and to see if your company is a good fit for our coaching and leadership education, then hey, visit 304coaching.com. If you got value out of this podcast, share it with a friend. And it would mean the world to me if you would leave a thoughtful review and a rating on iTunes. Thanks again for listening, and I appreciate your work in fixing leadership.